We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
Today, it's the masks mask. That is the weirdest way I probably could have introduced this, but here we are. The base of this mask is done with polymer clay. I started off with this so I had a harder surface to work with and more time to work with it. Rolling it out and giving it the most general face shape of all time. Squaring it out at the top a bit as I went and cutting off what that was scary. And cutting off what I needed to, shaping it out. I even added it over a mannequin head to give it a little bit more shape and body, and when I was cutting out the eyes and the mouth. The things I end up saying on here during Halloween always just get me.
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
I did bake this and then popped it back onto the mannequin's head, or I guess the styrofoam head. I'll probably just keep referring to it as a mannequin. I did not bake the mannequin head. Once again, I will say I did not bake the mannequin head. Don't know what would happen if you did, but I don't recommend it. Once placed over top, I started putting the piece of air dry clay over top of that to give me definition and detail. And then I was able to smooth down what I needed to get less texture and then be able to add in my own. Eventually. I always say when you are inspired by a character or prop or doing a full-on recreation, always have a reference photo, whether that be something you've drawn up personally or something that already exists.
Why? Because I gotta!
While it was still wet, I carved into it with my clay tool, strictly adding in the lines that are in the prop mask. As I did use an air dry puffy clay, I put them in a little bit deeper. I dug them in more or less than I wanted them to be because, as the name would suggest, this clay does expand a little bit. It is puffy air dry clay. So it's not excellent for enormous detail. But while that was drying, I did start on the middle piece, shaping it up almost like a bone with a little bit sharper edges. Not too sharp because this is air dried clay, so no matter what, it's not going to be super sharp on the edges. And adding half circles onto that. Except the top. With that, I took some away. And added an L for Loki. No, this is not a Marvel video, I swear. I started on the paint job next, which was simply adding black onto the portions. then silver over top, and then silver back over the entire piece, and black in the crevasses. Further blending it out with silver. Putting that aside to dry though, the main piece had set and was ready to paint. The only colors I used here were the same green that will be used across the board, as well as a dark and light brown. Once the middle one was dry, which was fast as I am only exclusively using acrylic paints for this, I added the middle piece on with some E6000. I removed it from the mannequin head, again styrofoam head, whatever.
Well, that's not terrifying at all. And neither is that. Happy Halloween, I guess.
And worked on the back. Same paint job, just a little bit messier. Didn't think it mattered as much. I didn't show this part on camera, but once everything was dried to the touch completely, I did also add a layer of resin to combine the two pieces and add stability. Shocking, I know. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Tune in for the next one.
Spoken!